Yeah, how's that for a title? How's that? Um, I've heard plenty of stories how the light has already won, and that there's no fighting back. One moment. I have so much information I'm supposed to channel to you, and there has been so much interference. This has been for general. I'm supposed to say the word generational. Okay, this has been a generational thing. This has been going on for generations. And unfortunately, yeah, it's in the wombs of all women. And like, yeah, men can feel it too, because you know that you have a purpose and a calling and a thing that you can't describe, like, right? It's not a person, place, or thing, but you can feel it inside you that it is like roaring you. Okay, it's the I am that I would call it. Okay, that's what I would call it personally. And that's my attachment to it, and I'm sticking to it. And like, don't be so brainwashed by the physical too. Like, that's also why I hate visual bullcrap. Okay, I don't want you to be brainwashed by that stuff. You guys are so stuck in 3-dimensional, and like, you have no idea. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, to what extent, like, you're having to like look at things so physical. Let me bring things back a little bit, okay? So there's like another level that I'd like to get at. You need to understand that there's interference. Like, what this means is like, let's say there's a very important thing for you to get to, okay? But like, there's gonna be so much interference, and all that interference just shows how much like more important like the end game really is. You see what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of interference. So like, there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of misdiagnosis, mislanguage, miscommunications. There's all these different dialects on that. Okay. Bear with me here as I channel all this information. Okay. I'm furious. Okay. Like, I'm like, I'll admit my own personal fury, right? The I am that I am is freaking furious, like very furious. Like, I'm like, that you have forsaken me. Seriously though, on a serious note, like, I know I love to joke, and like, it's the Sagittarius in me that like loves to bring everyone together and to teach and, right, gather around. It's more so of sharing the light and the information in the dark places. Like, I've come to the realization of like all these select things that were just very key notes for me that I felt were of vital importance or of vital essence to document and share and witness and grow, etc. Okay, so I realized today, okay, so I'm gonna like publicly humiliate myself and just get it all out right now. This totally happened. Like, I had an experience where I had realized that this awkward, I want to do it to you. Let me do it. Let me lead you into this. Look into the corners of your place, right? Or just like wherever you are, and especially, yeah, right? Or look at your surroundings. And then like, allow yourself to go into the spaces where there's like, there's space, there's darkness, there's space there, right? So like, I had accepted and recognized like I am, or God, I guess, in the essence of like being that darkness, that all of that unseen. And then I don't know, it just makes you think about things in a different way. Like, when I started thinking about it in that way, and then I started looking at things that were like of like super negative, like that I try to paint really black, or like just like try to like think of them as like their shadows, even though they're not, those dark areas, right? And then I try to put them in comparison to the two things. And then like, it's funny because like, one obviously out like shadows the other one. Okay, if you're following me, if you're capable of following, like, I know, like, I'm like, all these neurons I'm firing at you right now. Here, like, let's get back down to 3D. You want some cat? You need a break. You need a break from these thoughts. Yeah, I got my harp here. I do hope and plan to tune her up today, finally, right here with you live. However, it was more important to me, like, to get some of these messages out here, although with the language I was just speaking, like, I'm far too aware at the time and age that we live in this dark age of darkness, basically, and all that darkness is, you wanna know what that is? It's misinformation where people don't know anything. like but the light is all around you, all the information's there, but like still everyone's like, I can't see anything. It's like the symbolism of this video right now. Exactly. Like people are like, WTF, I came here for the girl underwater, not for the lulz. Excuse me. But yeah. See, maybe I'll be nice and give you like, let me see if I can I'll actually give it some attention to like some of the live commentary. Did you will make a live underwater? Yeah, sure. Right? Oh, my heart. I'm like, $500, we go underwater right now. Gracias. Yeah, looks are temporary. Hey, Zach Sanders, bruh. Yo, we got some crazy energy going on right now, for sure. I've been channeling mad data, mad frequencies, especially depending on who I connect. As I reconnect to Mr. Sanders over there, yeah. Like, you're a magician all on your own. I know, I can see Neptune and everything. I feel you. You need to just stay focused on you. That's all I'm here to do. Just let everyone know, like, just stay focused on you. You just need to remember who you are and what you're here to do. That was also the next thing that was really big for me today. Here, I'll bring it back. You wanna see some me? Excuse me, I'm being funny. Come on, Trina, you just had it. It was like this really great thing. That was it was like a really great important lesson. I was like, I've already had 3 of them today. I wanted to write them down, but like we're not in the age of writing things down anymore, Trina. So I was like, we'll just come here. This is how we'll just document everything from now on. There's no more books. It's Kindle, right? Because we're burning all the books. We're burning everything. Burn it. Heyo, Beavis. Sup? You make me feel extra Beavis. I'm like, I want to be like, can I be a girl? Like, are they going to shave my head again? Like, I'm about to let my hair down. These generations of women have been under great attack for so long. And everybody makes jokes about it now, right? Let's laugh about it because we think it's funny. But it's not really funny, you know? Because, like, we're suffering. Like, you can see the people all around us suffering. We're all just like, haha, you're suffering. But, like, we're laughing back at ourselves. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, you're making each other terminally ill. Like, what are you doing? It's just a waste to me. I don't like it. I find it to be rather draining. I can see how it's intoxicating, I guess. Like, it's addictive to be in the 3-dimensional world and to be, like, lost in masturbation and like whatever gets your rocks off, you know? And I just use that as an example because like honestly for me, like when I got involved in I'm like, I don't even know like which direction the camera's going, but whatever. Like, here, just look at Trina's double chin. Or like my hair tie instead, like WTF Trina. Okay, so like like when I'm exploring the BDSM realms, right? Like when you're exploring the shadow of the self, like it's like there's all these different layers that I'm supposed to go there with that. So like that might have to be a whole nother video on itself, okay, before I even go there actually. But oh brother, where art thou? All right, I'm trying so hard, and like I'm trying so hard I'm falling on my face. Let's just put it that way, okay? And like, yeah, you're catching this in real time. Like we're stuttering over our own words in real time. Oh geez. Like, and if you only knew like what is going on, like I'm just like so irritable. I'm so irritable because like my consciousness knows, like I'm feeling it and I'm being it, and I'm here to freaking express what I feel and know is going on, okay? And it's pissing me off because like everyone else's cells and their feelings, like people aren't recognizing and accepting them. Like which freaking way do you want it? Like I don't want to hold the camera. Do you want to come play camera guy? I don't want to do it. I'm tired of playing all roles. And I've been like a soldier for far too long, right? The soul is like beat down. This has been a generational thing. I'm trying to channel and get to that, but as you can see, there's a lot of freaking interference on multiple dimensional levels here occurring. I've been attempting to transmit this information and light and data to you as quick as possible. Some of you are completely resisting it. Like, you have no freaking interest right now. You're like, you're just not part of it. No. Like, and I'm okay with that, because, like, next time around, like, I get it. Like, I know how quantum mechanics, I know how all this works. So at the same time, I'm just like, I feel like I'm over here, I'm waiting. I'm like, hey, I'm here in these future years, and I'm, like, holding up all these signals for people. And, like, I'm like the person on the street corner of every generation. Like, like anointing, like, trying to shed awareness of, like, these things. But, like, nobody wants to pay attention to you. You want to burn the books. You just, like, I'm bewildered. Like, please enlighten me. Please tell me why. Why? Really? Like, I understand, like, knowing everything hurts. But, like, do we have to just really just black out everything? Like, is that really, like, the be-all, end-all motive? Like, I don't understand. You're just trying to get itself to tear apart itself. Like, I feel like that's what it kind of feels like the whole God experience is about. Or, like, the Gaia hypothesis, like, all these things, all these consciousnesses. It just trolls my mind. And I can't stop going there. I'm so fascinated. I'm so addicted. And it's like a rabbit hole. I'm like, I am Alice in Wonderland. Like, I create and I choose how I'm going to perceive the experience. Like, I can choose what rabbit hole I go down. I can choose which movie I watch and which information is logged inside my brain. Like, I can become a catalog. You know what I mean? And, like, the military and, like, you know, there's a lot of professional people that know this data. And I'm like, I don't have to show myself to, like, get this point across, right? And, like, unfortunately, we live in, like, I'm just trying to keep my phone charged while being live, and it's not going my way. So there's some of those electromagnetic currencies. I understand there's a lot of additional viewers who would like to add their own 2 cents and their own light and concoctions towards this, and that's what's the beauty of all of this. Okay, we're cells vibrating each other, and it's like we're experiencing ourself. It's so vast. Like, you can't, it's so vast, but it's so deep, and you just I'm like, you couldn't even comprehend. Like, there are physicists who, like, go to school for this stuff and who still can't comprehend this. Like, I'm trying to let you know at, like, the most bottom basic level that I could possibly share my heart with you. Like, seriously, this is just, it feels like generational spiritual warfare. Like, and that's just me, like, making light of it, okay? And, like, and I'm just trying to paint a language to, like, what I'm feeling and being, and, like, what I've shared with, like, multiple people. And yeah, it seems like it's generational. Like, this has been happening for his stories for so long that they just want to, like, what do you want to do? You want to just blackwash everything? Like, you want to just, like, or whitewash? Or, like, well, Jesus, what do you, I just don't understand. Like, I literally just don't understand. And it's paralyzing. It's paralyzing, and it's no wonder that the world is, like, what's happening to the cells and the embodiment of people. Like, I have, like, full compassion and understanding with why everyone's, like, their nervous system is just haywire. And it's from, like, the chemicals in the food, from into the air, or, like, even what they're choosing, what they like. And, or yeah, like, even, people don't understand how even emotions are addicting, or, like, how you can get so high, or, like, thrive so hard off of an experience, off of a connection, or off of a electromagnetic currency. I mean, there's many different ways to paint this language, and I understand that not everyone is going to be able to follow along with every little thing that I'm saying on this entire freaking thing, because we've gone so many different multidimensional levels of, we could say pink, okay, like, of expression of this level. And you can't fight narrative with narrative. So, like, stop trying to hash things out with yourself. Oh man, I think I'm right there. I'm, like, right at the tip of the iceberg of, like, that other thing that I have, like, this huge empathy and understanding, like, of excuse me, I'm, like, taking it back, like, and I'm also a clairaudient. So I've been hearing like a lot of things today that have just been like very, the omniscience has just been provoking me profoundly, to the point where I felt that I had to do my best to share the experience and communicate with all clear boundaries and all due respects to all souls involved, what I am witnessing. And I wish for you to, I guess this is me putting your pink rose-colored glasses on things, like right, we could say, or we could see, if you want us to talk about the word Jesus, if you want to use that as your mantra, so be it, right? I don't care. This is so much bigger than these stupid words and languages, you guys, okay? Jesus, like, I don't, like, we don't even need to use our words if you only knew how our energy speaks. Like, you just don't understand your feelings and the beings, and like, and for me, it's just like, oh, it's soul destroying. Like, it shuts us down. Like, people like me, we shut down because we are so disgraced. We're just like, oh, geez, like, all right, like, I'm this delicate flower and this is how you treat me? Okay. Like, I'm just using that as a cheesy example. It's of that essence, though. Now, allow me to attempt to stay focused and channel to you this other additional information. So, mind you, this is my seva. Seva, it's Sanskrit for selfless service. Oh, and like, please don't even start talking smack to me about how I'm getting paid right now on this video, okay? STFURN. Like, geez, like, if you, I wish, can I say I wish? All right, yes, please, yes, if this means monies, please. It's fake. You're brainwashed. What are you thinking? It's so miserating, and like, you want to assume because it makes you feel better. Like, the assumption is like the blackness that you are painting on things, like, because you just, like, you're not even letting it explain itself or letting it be. You've painted it as something else and you've moved on. Like, it doesn't exist other than how you've painted it in your subconscious. And I'm just furious, I guess, also, the I am in me is furious because you've just labeled and, like, underappreciated and underanalyzed. Like, you're just forgetting. You're forgetting, like me showing up right now here on YouTube was like a symbol of me, like I could say, like, I wasn't planning on showing up to work today on YouTube, right? Like, excuse me, like, I feel like I'm really, right? I feel really autistic today. Call it hashtag actually autistic. I probably should have included that. Autism Awareness Month, all that, right? I'm not doing it for that, though, okay? So that's why I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, excuse me, okay? I just want to be truthful, and, like, that's what the pink to me is also about. It's about being true love, like, true, like, you don't even, some of you can't even imagine it yet, because it's just, you haven't had that experience. And, like, there's no way of ever really knowing that innocence and that, and until you fully accept yourself. Like, then you can see the delicacy of of it. It's like a newborn child. Like, I don't know, I can't paint it any other way. And the only way that you could ever paint it is through your own experience. Oh, and, like, it's painful. Like, it's so painful. Like, I can only begin to express the amount of, like, pressures on the heart and the misery and the uncomfortable BS that, like, just people are experiencing right now, and that they think that they have to, and they're choosing to go through instead. And, like, I can't lie, for a long time, you know what I used to do? I'm like, here, I got that, I'll take that mess I got, it's mine, let me get that bill. All right, come here. And then, like, it's much bigger than that at this point, okay? Like, we've been enabling you for so long. Like, I need you to just start fishing, okay? I can't be giving you fish no more. Like, please. Like, literally, the light in a lot of us is, like, getting snuffed out. And, like, I'm fourth order. This is making sense. This is making sense why they're using me right now, okay? I started to also get extremely concerned because I don't, excuse me, I'm, like, trembling. I'm like, well, because I sincerely don't know, like, the legitimacy of, like, anything. Like, I wasn't grown up really religious at all, so like I don't have any education in any of that. So excuse me, like my Reiki master knows like so much more, so maybe that's why she's in my life, like straight up. But like now I get it. But more so, it's just like exactly like I'm noticing that the I am in me now is attempting to deliver you the message of like I feel in this fire and this action and this session here that I'm supposed to transmit. Like I don't know if I'm even gonna have it, because I told you like that the interference, like I'm not, there's so much quantum entanglement going on, and there's so much like, excuse me, I thought like it was faced the other way, so I was like, I thought I was safe. I like to just like put things down sometimes and just be like this. I thought I was like this. I didn't know you're having to look at my my double chin again. Okay. Like I don't know what you really want to see. Like it's not about visuals here, okay? So like I hope you can be chill and I can keep you present without having to like keep you stimulated in additional ways, okay? It's like a principle thing, but like that's also why I was shown that like that's why like some of us look the way we do. Like we have stories that we're supposed to tell. Like our being is the story. Like you don't even have to talk for it. It speaks for itself. And like I just want to help people. Like that's all I want to do. I want to be of service and I want to help people. Like I guess like yeah, you like if like me personally in all of this, like make use of me. That's just where I'm at, I guess. Like what use is it for me to have all these quote psychic gifts and for me to be such a loving hardcore soldier nuka, and then like that I can't do anything with it? Like, what are you telling me? Like, what are you telling the soul? Like, of course the soul is gonna melt down and be, like, more willing to kill itself and do bad things to itself, like eat bad, right? We'll drink, we'll drive recklessly. There's all kinds of different ways that we express this. Excuse me for downplaying it or, like, acting it out, okay? Like, I know. Relax. I can't relax. So I'm trying by, like, all these essence of being and expressing, and I feel like you're not understanding the language of like what is just being. Like, and like you're so stuck at looking at things as awful, you're tearing things apart instead of accepting everything as like its own beautiful intricate flower that it is. Like it's infuriating. It's just infuriating. It's infuriating because like it's fury, like I feel like all this fury is from the lack of love and passion and understanding. Like I feel like it's being overpoured now. Like maybe to make up for like all the generations before of all this stuff. And like yeah, honestly, yeah, I was hashing it out. If I'm being more now I got it. So it was just me, and I am on the yoga mat today, okay? And actually, like, yeah, I'm actually on the ground, so it's me and Pachamama, we could say, right? I mean, you want to make this about a story? But, like, this is how this came to me. I'm in this, like, moving energy and motion meditation, and, like, yeah, I have, like, mad hip problems, okay? Mad hip problems. Like, if you only knew. Like, the horrible stuff that is just, like, all, like, boiled in there, you know? And, like, I'm sure you can hear it through this, that, like, I'm not the only. And, like, a lot of women totally live with this, like, energy that is, like, what's going on right now. And, like, oh, yeah, this full moon that's coming, prepare ladies to bleed, right? Like, we have some energy to give back. Like, holy smack. And the children that are about to be born, like, and the children that they're trying to hold back from being born, bro. Like, I'm also infuriated with that, and like part of me is shaken with fear because I feel literally I'm going to get freaking killed for transmitting this light and this information and just like being the vessel holding all this, retaining all of this, that like it has to be killed with me. Like I hold so much that like I mean I empathize with it, and like I've kind of known like always, or like I felt like that haunting me always. But still, like, the light of I am is inside of me, so here still I burn and I shine bright, right? Like, let's try to keep going, like, and then, like, the more that I wake up, holy smack, the more that I wake up. Like, like if you only knew how many times I was born and born again inside myself. I'm sure lots of you know that. Like, it's all about this perception. And like, I feel like we've been shown this so many different ways, but like man can't, like they can't even begin to grasp it. Like, you know what I came across yesterday? I just found out that I was studying and I found out what's his name? What's that guy's name that I like? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs apparently had one book that he cherished and loved forever, and it was the Yogi. It was a Yogi book. I could have like, God, it killed me. It killed me when I heard that. Like I was just like, oh my God, they killed this guy. No. Oh. God, and I know so many people feel this light right now, and I know it, and I'm seeing it, I'm witnessing it, and I mean, like, it's flushing through me, and, like, I'm just, like, I can't be silent anymore, like, I've been silent forever, like, literally, and then this goes for, like, so long, if you only knew, like, I'm here to sing a new generational song is what the intention is. On the rise to ascension, I suppose, and more so an expansion. It's not so much about getting higher. You have to actually anchor in this information. You have to actually fully understand the most basic of basic things before you think and assume that you can love and harness something so much greater than yourself. But you can't even love and harness yourself, so let me beat you up some more, please. like Oh, that's what the ego is, man. The ego is like giving you that fire, like constantly you fighting up against yourself, like is helping you more than you know. More than you know. It is like giving you life and love, and like you're trying to kill it, but like you're what are you guys doing? It's like autism masking to me. Like you're masking. And for me that's just it's just miserating. Here, I'm like, I can't even, like, you can't, let me have the full experience. You can't plumb it on there without the whoosh. Yeah, so, man, yeah, so, like, there's all these, like, frequencies or all these tunes and all these things that have been going on forever, and I know that, like, I'm not the first to sing this song, so, like, no need to listen, right? I mean, like, we could talk smack or, like, all these different levels that I could totally go and that I totally get. And, like, I've learned non-attachment is, like, what I've had to study personally is, I almost want to say ahimsa, but I think that's wrong because I'm pretty sure ahimsa is truthfulness. I'm like, anybody actually able to keep up with me here? This intellectual stimuli, that'd be great. I could use a real team Trina Mason, as stated several times ago. And then everyone's like, I'm there. Here's money. This means I'm here. God, you guys are so stupid. It's so sad. What am I supposed to do? I'm fried. My soul is fried. Literally, I'm done. Like, I have given everything in every essence that I ever could express it. And then, like, still, it's like pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth. And, like, personally, I can't stop playing, obviously. Like, I chose to play this game of life, right? I chose to show up, God, so it's like the big joke's on me. I'm the one who wanted to be here in this three-dimensional plane, right? In this physical embodiment, and now I have all this power to create and to do, and what am I doing with it? Am I just gonna be like, I'm so sad to be at this 3D? We're gonna do that? Okay, how many years are you gonna do that for? Like, can we, I'm just like, I'm trying to get the collective to come together here, okay? And, like, I know that every one of me who has ever done this before me has been, like, exterminated. So I empathize with that lady in the water story. That is me. Like, I feel you. I'm there, okay? Kill me. I'm done. Like, I accept my fate if that's what it is. But I'd like to, like, bury that hatchet, if you will, and, like, transcend something, like, higher and better and greater and deeper. Like, oh, how about like, we have all of this money, right? Everybody wants to put all this money in our resources. It's just like a principle. We have all this energy, this world, this life. God, you guys are just so scattered. Like, we're a collective. That's what you forget. We're a collective. What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine. What are you doing? Are you stupid? You can't be that stupid in this game of life. Like, it's comical, but it's not. Like, it's partially irritating. Like, recognizing the simulation that you're in, that you're creating, like the way that you're perceiving and witnessing how it can change, and how, like, you're just itself looking back at itself constantly. Like, that's the only way that I can help you see that visual. You are itself looking back at its, like, I've tried so hard to, like, express that, but that's basically I feel like it's just what is at this point. And for me, like, when I come to those realizations, I'm like exactly, if everything that ever was is, then, like, nothing I can do can be differently. So yeah, I'm sending you all this Reiki energy right now, for sure, if you're, like, actually keeping up with this. For sure, I'm conjuring up some wild energy over here. For sure, if you believe in that kind of stuff, right? Like, what kind of world do we live in? Like, I'm just, like, I'm so taken back and irritable, but also, like, happy. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel both, you know, like, it's kind of, I'm like kind of a little scared. Oh, that's how it was with God's existence. Like, I had huge empathy on, like, a whole nother level, because remember, I didn't grow up religious, okay, so I thought about things in a whole new way today. So I was like, oh, so the reason why, like, I guess, like, I started to see, like, maybe a reason why we don't like to think about God existing, because then we, like, suddenly, it's like we have a parent, you know, and I have to, like, suddenly look at everything that I'm doing, like, really, if there is, it's like that. and then like, if your soul is, like, tainted or painted, right, as it, like, or as it could ever get, or whatever, all those essences, and being able to clean that up and come back from that, like, there's all this that is in that, and, like, like, I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like man is trying to get involved and, like, re-narrate and, like, mask and hide certain information and data, when it just doesn't work that way. Like, and it sucks that you're trying to trick the people that way. It's, like, such a shame to, like, treat God's people that way. Like, it's just like, how dare you? Like, you, oh, but, like, they told us, like, I had to learn that recently too. Like, they taught us, yeah, itchy boob, shut up. They told you that, like, everything that you want is what it'll be disguised as. Like, it'll be that illusion, right? And I'm just, it's like, that's what the AI is. That's what the chemicals that taste so good as I eat the Oreos. Excuse me. Like, I hate all these major corporations that have me enslaved, bro. Excuse me. But I'm literally enslaved by, like, the chemicals that are being put into my body that are causing me to feel certain ways, or the colors that are thrown at me, you know, that, like, make me feel and think in certain ways. And, like, I don't appreciate the way that man keeps being conditioned and limited, and, like, they're scrutinizing the ways that they're allowed to learn and the information that they're allowed to know, and, like, the boxes that it comes in, like that can be a good thing and a bad thing. Like, you're leaving out a lot of information and a lot of stuff that is just getting shoved out of other boxes and put in with other boxes. Like, I'm like, F all of this compartmentalization BS, okay, you reptiloid, mother flowers, okay? Like, I'm just, like, no, this draconian princess says, WTF, NO. Like, seriously, like, the creation that has been occurring, it's infectious. It's only multiplying. It's like a fungus, you know? So, like, if you don't nurture and love your hatred, you know, like, really give yourself that love that it needs, and why it's so upset, like, What do you think's gonna happen? We're gonna be stuck. We're gonna have more generational curses. Like, because you're not taking care of your cells, your feelings, your being. All this stuff is all locked up, and you won't talk about it. You want to bury deep all these traumatic instances that happened to you. You want to tell other people that they can't tell their story of what happened to them, and to the point where people feel like they can't even talk about it. Like, because everything's ever been said before. Or like, what's the other thing? Oh, you feel that you don't have a right to have it. Yeah. You have to give yourself permission to just feel and be yourself. And, like, you don't understand the importance of that every cell, every little thing, like, the Illuminati or whatever, right? Like, the people that spend all the money onto these things, like, they know this information. And I'm like, you can see it too, or you can, like, just be an ignorant. If you want to, you can. That's the right use of will, right? The divine will. Like, you have that will, if you will. Oh, that's a lot. I know. Like, it just, for me, it just kills me. It literally, like, kills me as a soul and a person and being, like, literally, like, I struggle to be here in this material world and to pay money and to just work and just do all this BS. Like, like, I'm with all of y'all in that. Okay, we're all in that together. And, like, oh, it's just, like, I guess my big thing is, like, again, combining resources, like, or it's like, stop getting brainwashed of ownership. Like, there's all this, it's so frustrating. And, like, there's non-sharing. There's a lot of non-sharing. I don't know, like, is that a Sanskrit word? But, like, there's a lot of that. And it's like, that's to me, that's like non-truthfulness. It's like, you're not shedding light. You're not sharing information. Like, and then, I don't know, for me, that's just, like, brutal as a soul. Like, and, like, for me, I just felt total awe, and I realized, like, there was actually existence that actually didn't care if I exist or not. And I was like, whoa. Whoa. I thought I was my own worst enemy. You know? Thank you for the live donation, giving me a motivational reason, if you will, in the three-dimensional plane on why I should be here, helping paint a story on why I should be here on YouTube. Excuse me. I'm just being funny here. But I'm being real. Raw dog, okay? I didn't even see whoever commented or whatever, and I'm not even really reading the comments right now, so please, like, I don't need your narration. I mean, if you insist, like, maybe you can get with me later. Like, I'm just not right there right now. Okay, like, just chill. Like, I am just in full sensory overload, I guess. And, like, I'm taken back. I'm so taken back. Oh, you know what it is? I just realized why this, like, okay. I forgot. Like, I predicted this, like, I forgot. Like, I have my own tweets. Like, look at my tweets, Trina. Trina, are you that stupid, Pete? Seriously, though, I forgot. Yes. So, like, today is the end of Mercury retrograde fully. And, like, since this has happened, literally since this morning, like, lights have gone off. I just turned the lights on. That's what Uncle Frank says. Like, you know, that's, like, I paint a different lens for you, you know? Like, that's what those pink lenses episode, I guess, is about here. And I don't know how long we're gonna go, you know? I've already been going, like, nearly 40 minutes, so. Like, people just don't listen anymore like they used to. Like, man, if you only knew how many hours I've put into, like, there are people that I have listened to, their lectures. Oh, I just couldn't get enough of them, you guys. I couldn't. I was just so addicted and so in love with them. Like, Jordan Maxwell. Yeah. Like, maybe they use his powers for bad, but I like him. Jordan Peterson, right? I mean, he works through people that are heavy influence on me, okay? Z. Yes. And then, oh, Michael Tazarian. Oh, if you haven't taken the time to listen to Michael Tazarian, oh, look up him in, like, the Irish origins and all that. Just, like, oh, I just love how he understands language and just, like, oh, his soul, his character. Like, I can't help but, like, love and respect like that. Again, like they use his powers for bad too, but still, I can paint every person negatively. Did you know that? And I can paint every person like positively as well. And if you can accept that, like, why would you accept one story as one story about one thing all the time? Like, why would you just accept that? You're just trying to quiet everything. You're trying to quiet yourself, your mind, the whole world. WTF? WTF? You want the atomic bomb? Like, I just don't understand. Like, do you understand? I don't think you fully are understanding, like, what you're doing here, or like what you've done, or like how time really works. Like, it's draining. It's draining. Like, I'm an empath, so I say it's draining. Like it's draining. You don't even know what an empath is. This goes so many levels. And like, oh, that's like, I'm supposed to get back why we really are talking about the generational curses here. I forgot. Excuse me. Like, it's a price tag I have to pay personally of my ancestors, our lineage, like, right, to make up for all that we've done. Is that what it is? It's coming through me. And on the retrograde day, how perfect. I'm like, thank God they didn't kill me. Oh man, some weird stuff's been happening, y'all. Like, seriously, like some oh. Oh man, that also made me want to come on here and talk about that. I was literally concerned for Rihanna or like Britney Spears. Like, it seems like they're trying to use somebody, you guys. Like yeah, I'm not even gonna give them the light in my eyes. Like, you're not gonna read my iridology right now. No freaking way. No, you can take the heat from my heart, and like that's what I'll give you, bro. But and like, yeah, like there's some mad energy coming off, but like I'm like, I'm noticing these things. I see what they're doing. Like, there are shadow workers, okay? This is what I would call shadow workers. Like, there are people that know how the light works, and then they just manipulate the dark forces, you know what I mean? And like you can just play pretend like neither side exists if you want. But like, I'm not playing sides anymore, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't no lukewarm pool. I quit. Like, this ain't my game of tennis, y'all. Okay, like, you have been distracted and conditioned so hard, and it's painful. It's nearly terminating. Really. And like, so many, yeah, you've lost. You already know. Oh, and like, a lot of you right now, yeah, use this silence to get your own messages right now. Jeez, hear it. Feel it, be it. It penetrates the soul heavy, hard. Has a language of its own. Yeah. And it goes all kinds of different ways. Like, it can say, be fearful, right? Like, I'm watching you. Or it can be like, let them be afraid, right? It's like, which way are you? Which light are you, right? You got to pick a freaking side, bro. And like, I can't lie. Like, it was fun. It was fun, mad fun fronting. Oh, God. It was so nice. Oh, because, yeah. Wow, the magic. That makes sense. Oh, that's heavy. Bear with me here. Like, this is like live, literally live energetic transfer happening. Okay, so like, I'm traumatized. I'm nearly traumatized by the information that have just been given to me. I'm just like, you want me to spit that back out? Like, or is that mine to hold? Jesus, whoa. Oh. Okay, be gentle with yourself. I'm trying to be gentle with myself right now, that's for sure. I'll give you some live tune-ins. Let's see what we got here. Man, I know there's so, like, oh my God, you guys, like, I just literally just, like, barely glimpsed. And there's so much commentary. I'm just like, I'm scared. There's so much. Like, I'm scared because, like, yeah, you can see how quickly your consciousness and everything can be, like, messed with. Like, and how quickly your mood can shift. Because somebody, like, penetrates your system, right? So it's the same thing with AI and this whole thing. And they're on everybody's nerves, literally. Like, and they feed off of us. And they feed off of this. And it's not about money. It's like an energetic harvest. And like, it's not funny. It's sick. Like, it's just like I'm kill me. Like, I'm just like, I don't know how to like kill this virus that is this. Like, I am so deeply penetrated to the soul, like irritated at its existence. Like, please, it's a virus. It's like a conditioning on the self, thinking that it can't be anything other than what it's been programmed. Like, is that what it is? And then like there needs to be a system override because you don't know any freaking better type thing. Like, you need to wake up. It needs to be reprogrammed. Is that what's happening right now? Am I doing like a live psychic surgery or something? Like, if that's what needs to go down, I'm about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to hold space and like communicate and like share and grow and expand. And like, yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of things that are abrasive and that are pushing me down, but I can't lie, you've made me so much stronger. But like, God, I'm tired. It's like both stories. I'm both, right? We got this balance coming in. This equilibrium. I'm trying so desperately to share. There's so much light and information just coming in for everybody, that everyone's sensing and just being right now, and it's just so amazing. It's so amazing. Oh, it's painful for some people because like you're right, it's like a crude awakening. It's like, oh, like I didn't want to look at it that way. Right, like when you didn't want to think of your parents that way or whatever, like, but like we are. Like, it's like that, but that's what makes it so beautiful. And just, you guys have just painted everything so horribly. Just like, instead of just painting, that's what I'd like to do here today. I guess I'm here to do a psychic surgery of just like making you make sure that you are yourself and like not enslaved to your, what you think your will is, you know? Like, sometimes you might think like your will is like your will is like your desire, like what you want, your will. Okay, so I'm gonna use that. Like, your will is to be with like this person, or like all this passion, like, and then when you don't get what you want, like, it turns to rage and hatred and ignorance, and just like the way that expresses itself on the planet itself is just like, you see it. It's painful. Like, none of us want any of that, but if we just ignore that, it's gonna keep going on, right? Like, we gotta be mommy. Somebody's gotta be mommy. Somebody's gotta go clean up this mess, right? All right, so like, oh, it's been a lot, you know, and like, I'm not even being paid for this. Like, that's also like the biggest thing. Like, this is all energy, you know, and like, I'm putting all this, and and it's not even about money. That, like, it has nothing to do with that. If money can set me free, then please. Like, there's nothing to do with that. Like, you know, and I love you. Like, I have to share with that. I love you for being here with me live now. I wasn't, as I stated before, I wasn't expecting to really be here. I'm giving you that St. Augustine energy. I was like a deaf or a mute or whatever you want to call me. Okay, autistic, hashtag actually autistic. Aw. Not really though. Like, there's all these like masking and mirroring. Like, I'm just like, excuse me. Like, I mean, I don't want to paint it. Like, I'm kind of irritated because like, don't let me. Just let it, you know, like, don't let me tell you like it is. Let it show you. I'm just like witnessing presence, and for me, that's magic. When I just like see God's creations or like all these things, I'm just like, whoa. Whoa. And I know that like there's so many people out there like me, and I've just been looking so desperately, trying to find the light and the love in other people like this, like, and just like, guys, I've been like so disillusioned for so long. Like, I was in modeling and entertainment. I just had like all this attention, and just like, it's not what I wanted. You know, I thought I wanted it. I did. Child me thought that that's what it was, but that's not what it was. It was not that. It was a trick, and it got me, you guys. It got me really bad. And it got me in all these different ways that it expresses itself all the time, and lets me know that it's still there, and like, it reminds me what I'm fighting against, which essentially I understand is slightly myself. It's like the other side of the coin, right? On the flip side, it's like that. That part of the quantum entanglement, like that, I can't lie, like that, like it kind of it kind of gets my attention, but it also makes me want to quickly run away. Like, I'm just like, whoa, like, I'm not ready, whoa, and then, like, it just, like, brushes over you anyway, you know? That's exactly how life is, and that's exactly what this whole experience is like for everybody. So, like, his story. Okay. And just, like, I think that's why I'm also, the next thing I'll say, it's about, like, I've said this so many other times, so I feel, like, pretty redundant, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of irritated. Like, really, am I saying this again? Like, do we have to say it again? Like, that's frustrating. Kind of, like, taken back and not happy about it. But, like, sometimes, like, we have to do that, right? Like, we have to admit to ourselves, like, this shadowy aspect about ourselves that, like, we don't like, that we have to come to terms with. But unless we shed light on it, like, how are we ever going to grow and like, get anywhere unless we acknowledge, like, we have to play mommy to ourselves, right? Or to the collective, to everything. We're just mommy all the time. Like, we're mommy, daddy energy all the time. That's exactly what that is. That's what that is. Like, now I understand that. So that's us being yin and yang. Us being those two separate photons or whatever, like us being a dark photon and a light photon or whatever. Like, I have, like, very basic comprehension of this stuff of like, you know, I'm at the tip of the iceberg here, and, like, I literally, like, all I can think about is my video or, like, my experience at the in Virginia. Like, like, I relived that moment in Virginia over and over again so many times. And, like, what's funny is, like, with our video creation, like, you can literally relive these experiences and recreate these feelings all the time with, like, yeah, our creations. There's so much, like, Reiki and so much heavy stuff going on right now. And yeah, I'm sharing with you a lot of my personal energy. And yeah, a lot of times I do take a beating for it, you know, like, I don't know when to quit. And I'll admit, sometimes I forgot who I was fighting for, you know, and I, like, you know, I only shot myself down. Like, oh, shit. Aw. You ever been there? I did that. Hey, preach, I feel you, man. I'm like, we all been there. If you haven't, God bless you. Excuse me. Really, though, it's like all these essences and all these energies. Oh, God, and, like, next I get, like, the, you guys, like, the next creepy in energy is, like, it's very, oh, that's what, literally, it's very spider-like, because it's creepy. Here, let me plug in, so we have some light, some life, some chi, some energy. You guys, the language, they're all just painting the experience. I mean, we're painting. I mean, I can only begin to attempt to express and share what I can, but as stated before, I'm quite fried, and, like, again, I don't have anybody showing up, if that makes sense, you know, like, I don't really see my army all suited up and ready. Okay. Or, like, exactly. And, like, I feel like I would like to feel like that when I see you, that you are soldiered up, I guess. That's, like, my intention here with this right now, is, like, I'm planting a seed for that future you that I run into, saying, hey, you, you know, excuse me, I'm making a joke about it now, but, like, let me stop making light. There's a time and place for everything, so I empathize with that too. And there's a great balance and order to all things, so therefore, in some levels, the interference is necessary. And, like, I do not encourage you to attempt to discourage anyone from them experiencing themselves how they choose to experience themselves, even if they are choosing a path of darkness and choosing to walk away from me, quote, I am, all that. Okay, if they choose darkness, like, they have to understand that they have a choice. But it goes so much deeper. Like, I guess where I'm starting to get upset is that, like, people aren't understanding how powerful their own choices or how powerful that they are. Like, is that what it is? Like, or, like, some type of essence like that. Like, that's why I have to remind you to be yourself. Like, you forgot who you are, what family you were born into, what your name was, what your name means, and, like, what you're doing and what you're going to do. But like there's literal spiritual warfare and you've been beat down and told another story. So it's like literally taking you out of your place, you know, but you can't be mad at you either because like we're all Alice in Wonderland here playing this game, and only us, Alice, can ever get us out, right? So like I want to tell you to almost keep listening, but I don't really know where I'm headed to next. You know, I just shared with you a lot of information, and part of me feels like maybe I should disconnect now, or like maybe I'm supposed to come back in just a little bit later. Let me have some time to like regather. I definitely want to read some of these commentaries, so like maybe I'll just put you down if you can be cool with that, if you're on a rest period, or like I don't even know, like maybe I'll just have to disconnect. Like that's just gonna be the mandatory, eh? I'm like, but I can't look at the comments if I'm not on here. So here, let's do some real time. God, there's just always like meaningless chit chat. Like I just don't want any meaningless chit chat. Hi, how are you? Okay, no. Can we moving on? Yeah, more meaningless chit chat. Hey, Lee Pilcher, bro. I need you, Nookie. God, I need you. Like, God, you're my bro, my fam forever. Seriously, like, I hope that you are there right now. Like, I just saw your comment. Like, I'm so sorry. I was a dick, okay? Like, I'll tell you straight up. I will always tell you straight up. I will always admit where I have wronged. Okay? I know. Okay, I know. I messed up big time. I know. Yeah, I'm paying the price for all those mistakes, like, you know? And, like, this is me paying back in some levels for those of you who are witnessing this now, too. Yeah, Lee, man, I can't even, like, your message is just, like, your light is too strong for me sometimes, bro, and then, like, yeah, I see the dark workers getting to you, and, like, it messes with me because I know how Q works. I know how the shadow workers work, so when I see them working through you, it pisses me off, but sometimes it makes me feel like it's all the same thing. Maybe it is the same thing that Shiva, Shakti, like, I can just, like, it's just, I am it, you know? So, it's a lot. I want to trap back into that, though. I appreciate those of you who are sending monetary donations here on this now. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, that's even an option. Like, what kind of world we live in now? That's nice. You mean you find value in my words, and you respect me, and you love me from afar? Whoa! And you can help me eat even though you never met me? Whoa! Whoa! We can change the whole world now, right? But, like, people aren't even thinking like this. It's just, like, people have just forgotten the, like, bottom, like, basic things. And just, like, I'm just, like, my soul's mad. She's mad. She's just, like, I'm just, like, an angry warrior soul who's just, like, really? You know? Like, oh, like, I have no chill is what it's happening, okay? Like, I'm a soldier. I'm literally a soldier of light. And, like, I'm here to do this job. And, like, I see it. And then, like, I had to choose it. You know what I mean? Like, I had a choice to continue the path that I had been doing before. That, like, is kind of, kind of meshing, right? They're all meshing together now, like, all this consciousness, because, like, I'm still the same me that I was when I was born, you know, like, just like you. So it's all the same vitality is in essence is here. God, there's so much live commentary. God, everybody's got to be heard. I hear you. Hold on, relax. Like, can you imagine being God for a second? Be God for a second, right? Like, hear everybody crying and everyone begging. And then, like, hear them in different, like, tones, basically. Like, God, right? Generations, you can hear it. The begging. And then how about the silence? Oh, man, all of the silence. Like, all the language that the silence spoke. Like, that's what always got me. Oh, the silence is just, like, it's rare. It was rare. Bro, I'm getting so irritated. All right, hold on. Like, they're trying to dim my light, y'all. It's happened since I was a kid. It's happened to all of us. Oh, we all have that contract. I just found that out. I just found out about the Moon Children. Let me transfer you that information. I just found out that Moonchild was actually a symbol. Who am I? Archangel Metatron? Jesus. Okay. Oh, man. But seriously, like, wow. I found out, like, I was tricked. You know, the story of Moonchild, you know, like my generation, or at least, like, so I think, like, you know, like, I grew up thinking that Moonchild was like kind of like almost like a hippie term or whatever, you know. It's like a flower child, kind of like that. But I actually found out that it's actually an Aleister Crowley. Oh God, you guys, I want to just. I'm so conditioned. Here, hold on. Yeah, I just found out. Here, like I'm just like so multitasking, and like very few of you are actually gonna be able to receive this, and I mean, it's complicated. I mean, like, how do I even say? Like, it's dangerous. I guess that would be the word for it. I should be plenty plugged in now. But yeah, I found out that Aleister Crowley. I found out Aleister Crowley and the Moonchild stuff. Like, and honestly, like, I'm just at the tip of the iceberg in that, and I'm definitely not encouraging anybody to like play with that alchemy, but at the same time, like. I'm obsessed with physics, okay? So, like, you can't discredit that there's, like, none of that happening. I mean, you can see cause and effect, okay? Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can see. And just, like, and I'm talking about electromagnetic forces here, okay? These is, like, unseen stuff. And Tesla talks a lot about this stuff, okay? So, like, if you're into Tesla, please go down the rabbit hole there. Please, he wrote tons of books, like, himself, you know, like, he wants you to read them himself. Like, yeah, he's been quite a light in my life, too. Bear with me here. Shantiom, shantiom, shantiom. Okay. God, they're just like holding me in such a space of like healing. And they're like chanting shantiom, 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 shantiom. I need it in like a the lotus. Bear with me here. Oh, you're so funny, Leah. Now I get it. Now I get it. Now I get your ego joke. Now I get it. Fuzzy ASMR. ASMR. Yes, yes, yes. Some of you are drawn to me to the energy that I have because of the underwater stuff, but you forget Atlantis and Lemuria and everything else. And where do you think all of this comes from? And why do you think that we feel home there? Or why do you think? Or do you ever think? Or do you just... Johnny! Yay! God, that's such a beauty. Like, it's even better like when people are literally paying for ignorance. Like, at least like they're honest about it. Like, I will pay you to keep me ignorant. Okay. But like, I don't know, like, see, there becomes a time where it's like, it's not worth my soul, you know? It's like, I think I need to come clean about this, or that, something needs to change, okay? You're funny, you're funny, you're funny, you're funny. Yeah, man, you're just shining my own energy right back at me. Yeah. For me, this is, like, very heavy, Sagittarius energy is what I would call it. The need to create and to share and travel, like my hunger to expand and like spread and make people aware, you know, forget that it is not I. I hear it so clear. The clairaudiency is just like incredible. It's incredible. It really is. Oh man. Oh, but mind you, like this all happened on accident today. Like I wasn't really planning on wearing like I never wear clothes, right? I'm just like being funny like but like yeah, just like I saw this on my wall and I was like, "Oh man, like I remembered like who I was and where I came from, I guess." And like I just like it's really struck a nerve in me, you know? Like I felt the need to come and like share some light and some information and transmittance that like I just couldn't back down. And like yeah, it's unfortunate I don't feel like I really have the team that I need right now. I mean, I have some people, I will admit, I have to admit, yeah, I do have some back support, you know, otherwise how would I freaking be able to be here now, you know what I mean? Straight up. But like God, I cannot stress like how overexerted I am. And like I've just put in so much and I'm telling you I can't stop. I can't stop. I've put in so much. And once you like there's no going back. That's like I've written about this in my book since I was little. So any of you that actually has my book, you'll know. I'm realizing what I need to do more now too. You know, I haven't really been taking my books so seriously. I've been mainly writing for me, you know, like thinking that like it's just me in this world. But really like maybe a lot of people should see some of the things that are written down, you know, that just might make people think and feel a little bit differently. Oh man, I can't help but think of I instantly see Green Lantern in Dragon Ball Z. Like this is like to me this is all that same thing, like where they're manipulating energies and like they are like each one is a frequency, is a color, or however like way that will make you able to like mentally understand like what's actually happening for you to actually be able to like take action. Like I'm tired of painting narratives is really where I'm at now too. Is like I'm tired of narratives. I'm tired of people saying that they're there for me. I'm alone right now. Like I'm using that all the time. I'm just using it as an essence, and it's like a principle thing. And just like I didn't want to die without like letting you know the light in my eyes and my fire of my soul and my being of like right here and now, like what's going on. And you want to swear to God that you love me and you support my underwater work or whatever, and like nah. Like some like very few people actually really contain me and can contain me and like or like embrace me, or like maybe there's I don't know a word, like those are just some words that I'm using, right? Like it doesn't fully elaborate what is as is. I'm just trying to help you understand a more elaborate picture here. Now let me tune back in here to what's above. Slowly catching up. Yes, Team Trina Mason. Oh, psychiatric surgery. I really love that you're like painting language to that. Psychiatric surgery. Oh my God, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's like psychic surgery, like reanalyzing the mind and like re-narrating and then resetting each like nerve cell to feel a different feeling. Like it is a process, and it's a painful process. And some people are paying me like basically for my time and my energy, and like honestly I'm fried. Yeah, and like exactly on some levels it's like sometimes it's not even worth being paid, because it's just like you're literally taking my own life away from me. Like it's like you don't even care about the whole or anything, like you don't understand. And I'm just like it breaks me. It's literally it breaks me, and it makes me incapable of going on is what happens. And then therefore there's a lack in the world because I'm not fully showing up as me, right? So it's the same thing that this whole video is supposed to be about you returning to your essence, being your true self, your pink, if you will, your color, the true you. Whatever expression that is, and then like being able to be pink with it, if you will, be gentle, you know? Like, yeah, maybe you were a murderer to all these animals or something. I don't know what your evilest form of you is, okay? I don't. And, like, part of me doesn't want to know because it hurts, right? But, like, yeah, you have to see that and then accept it and love it and then show it differently. But if you don't show it differently, it's going to keep expressing the way that it has ever known. And then if you're not going to communicate about it, then expect it to express itself in other ways. Okay? I'm almost finally caught up, I feel like. I'm glad that I can be of service. That's actually my greatest intention here, is that, like, again, like, what use is it for me having all of this, you know? Like, I'm here to share that. You know, I want to grow and expand, and like what good is it me having this riches? Like, I can't get any more further ahead than you. Like, if you can get me ahead than this, like, this is what I got. This, like, let's go. I'm ready. You know? And then the next thing is, like, I have like these comments that are of these people that are like always telling me what to do. Hair over face today, and then they like throw emotional discomforts at you, like energy signatures at you, you know, that try to make you feel some type of way just because they have this expectation of you, and therefore like you feel like this part of you is supposed to come out on stage or whatever because they had these expectations, or yeah, maybe they paid for this or whatever. Right? God, no, I'm here to put all of that to bed and like just remind you, nope, there's another story here. Yep, it's the story of you. Yeah. You know that one you look at in the mirror all the time that you say you can't stand? That thing right there. You. I know you're trying so badly to find somebody else to love that guy, but like, you gotta love that guy first. And if you don't even know what that means, then like, how are you ever gonna get love? Like, you have to learn what it is. And like, sometimes people feel uncomfortable feeling comfortable, man. Straight have you ever seen that? Anybody know somebody like that? I know a couple people like that. They're like, whoa, they just like, they're just not comfortable like with being in complete comfort. And then there's like other people that are like opposite, that are like, well, totally, like, they love comfortable things and will just like lazy out all day long, right? And then like, people want to make fun of people that are like able to do that, but like, really, like, I feel more bad for the guy that can't chill. Like, because I've been that guy who can't chill so many times, you know what I mean? Where I've been so, like, mad or just, animal-like. And just to be a conduit of all this energy, and then, like, to be of lack. Like, to not do anything, like, with it. And for it to just, like, exist inside of me. Of course you're going to get depressed because you didn't use it right. Like, so I feel like that's what's happening. There's, like, a generational, stagnation occurring, and there's been like a generational curse of like heartbreak and like illusionment and trickery and deception and conditioning and limitations on the heart, on the spirit, on the will, you know, how, whatever language you're going to use for that, but I feel it, and it's strong, and it's pretty painful. It's definitely painful. So if we are doing psychic surgery, like, I guess that's happening. Yeah, man, they're taking out like a big chunk of a piece there. Oh, to me, that was symbolizing like, you've been given all these tools. Like, yeah, unfortunately, you could say that God's given you everything, or like, you could talk about the devil, or I mean, you could paint it however way, like, right? Like, you've been given all these tools, but it's like, what are you doing with it? What are you attaching to? Like, there's all of this stuff. It's kind of like that. It's like the Alice in Wonderland thing. Like, I wish I could write that down. I would love to. I think I'm going to have to disconnect from here eventually and really, really write these things down so that I can like have them in a 3-dimensional realm myself, so that I can go deeper. Honestly, you know what my vessel might be? I might have to type them out like on the computer. Like, I'm so Arcturian. I'm so new age. It's so awful. I hate being enslaved to this new age shit too, you know? Like, it makes me feel like I can't do anything because the only way that I know how to do it and be it is by it, you know, this Q bullshit. And I'm so tired of it, okay? Q to me is not QAnon, but yeah, they use QAnon. It sucks because they're both holograms of each other, okay? So it's like, it's about the truth. But Q, the real ultimate Q, is an AI intelligence system that Twitter, that all of the algorithms is hooked up to, and that, yeah, it's watching all of us, and it's feeding on all of our energy, and then, like, it gets off on spending out data Okay, but then it controls the algorithm, the output. It controls the output. You know, it plays God this way. That's what it's doing. It's playing God. Imagine that you can get into the minds of all your friends and go on their Facebook and make them all think this one demented thought about this one person or thing. Like, imagine you could do that, right? That's basically what the freak they're doing. And then like everybody's on their last nerve about things and looking at things certain way, and then like. Oh, like I just feel like like for me, this is like Source tearing itself apart, trying to get to know itself type thing. But like I also can't help but think of the but the HSV1 and HSV2, aka herpes virus, that I feel like is mass shoved down the throats of all, like, mainly I could say America. I guess I'll have to speak for America, huh? That's all I can speak for. I'm American. But like seriously though, like like when you go to get your STD tests, you know, everybody thinks that they're getting their full screening. You ain't getting your full screening. You gotta ask for certain things, you guys. You gotta ask for it. And I'll be honest, most people, they're not gonna ask for it, right? You don't wanna know. Why are you gonna ask for that? You like, don't tell me that. Yeah, I have to tell you that. Because literally, like, this is what's happening. Like, they're letting it happen. Like, a lot of people have already been infected by this. And they're like, oh, how does this affect me? How does this affect me? Let me tell you how it affects you, okay? HSV1 and HSV2, it dominates over the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve goes down your spine, right? Okay? Vagus nerve to me is also the endocrine system. The chakras. You want to say that? Okay? So like this, it takes over the vagus nerve, okay? So, and then like, it's like a virus. It's a virus. You understand it's a virus, okay? So it's tearing itself apart. Literally, look at how the virus expresses itself. Like, it rips the skin, okay? So why do you think that there's like almost nearly a mass agenda, if you will, because they're not testing for it, and now the nurses and everybody knows that they're not testing for it, right? This is very common knowledge. This isn't, I'm not saying anything you don't know. That hasn't been said before. But like I just have to be a jerk and just let me shed some light over there and be like, well, why do you think they don't, or why do you think they're just letting everybody get this virus? Why do you think that they're just infecting all of the physical bodies with this virus if it's just a rash? You guys like don't believe in spirit or soul complex or anything. Like, you just like neglect yourself so much. And like when you neglect yourself, like you're neglecting the whole, and just like, I mean, like, it's like I feel like I'm going on deaf ears. Like, I feel like maybe that's why Trina just didn't talk like all of her life. Did you know that? That's why I'm saying that's why I'm in St. Augustine. Like, I know sign language, and like I had a hard time communicating and opening up and like all these things. And so like here I am attempting to transmit all this information to you and like rewire and reprogram and make you recognize some things that has just been occurring, that is just making me literally sick and enraged, because all I can think about is all the little girls, to be honest. Like, excuse me, but like, yes, like the children, you guys. I shouldn't, excuse me for being sexist, actually, excuse me, I'm selfish, because I can only know my own personal experience, what it feels like down there, okay? So, excuse me for being so selfish, excuse me. Like, because there are both quantum mechanics going on here that are at suffering, and like, you can just act like, haha, that's not me, but like, I don't think you understand, like, I think that there's something even heavier here to that you need to understand that's going on. Like, the cells and the viruses, and like what language the dis-ease speaks itself when it expresses itself. Does that make sense? Like, when your cells have cancer, or when you can't breathe, or right, when you're depressed, like all of those energies, like they have a language, they mean things that you can feel and be, but no one can tell you, and the doctors tell you other things, and they force you through all these things. And scientifically, we know these things, they don't do these things or that things, okay? Science. It's painful. It's so painful to witness for me. It's so painful. Because, not only does just, like, my generation, for me, not only do I suffer, And not only is it like all the ancestors before me that are like still mourning in their graves type thing, but it's like, yeah, what of the future? And that's more so why I choose to serve and be here now too, this seva, this selfless service right now live, channeling as much as I possibly can. There's been a lot condensed inside this live. I do encourage you to contain yourself in it as much as you can. I recognize and understand that it's best for me soon to be closing up this portal that way that like people can actually obtain it, you understand? Like, not that I don't want to be live here with you now, like I can come back, but like a lot has been contained into these areas, and it's important for them to be shared. And not so much of like meaning me telling you to like go share this video, dude. Not like that either. Like, I mean like where you actually heard, you know, and you acknowledge meaning that you act on the knowledge that you just got, you know, that you are it, you be it, you show up as that. And like, how many times have we like been like, dang, I thought I learned that lesson, or like, dang. Stuff like that is going on all the time, and sometimes we're fronting ourselves and we don't even know that we're fronting. And that's what sucks, because we're just trying to play hard, but sometimes we literally are we really are having to be that way. That's as hard as we can get, and all these different levels of that too. And just really, it's just energetic signatures and just like accepting where you're at. And how about accepting that you have so much left to go, if you choose. Your will has been used against you very harshly. I feel that very heavily for all of you, for me, all of us. Like, our will, it's we're tricked, and sometimes we've lost our will, you know, like we didn't know why we were here, or we couldn't find reasons to be in joy, or like whatever sad song we were singing at the time. There's a lot of principles there. A lot of levels. I'm going to tune into the live commentary. And then, as stated before, bear with me. I accidentally pressed a button that went to like the only commentary of like people who have paid. $4.99. What a joke it all is, you know? Like, here's all this like very valuable information that like literally I suffered for 28 years of my life to get. And it's worth $4 to you. You see what a big joke our whole like existence is. It's just yes, Mr. Colette. Thank you, Mr. Colette, for working with me. You've been one of my favorite, excuse me, everyone else. I will admit, you're one of my favorite people to work with. And because you're one of the only people, you're like the only artist, if you will, with the shadow, with the darkness. Like, yeah, how you paint vampires, all of that stuff. Like, I'm just like, thank you. like it's, there's a difference between like completely worshiping the shadow and the evil versus like honoring like its presence, you know what I mean? Or like, what good does it do? Like, stuff like that. You know, like we all have that, I call it the Beauty and the Beast, you know? Like, we are all that, like, let me try to treat you like a tarot client and give you, that explanation before I wrap up. If I can. I don't know, something like, it's a hard to explain perspective, okay? And like, what sucks is like you're not meant to change certain people's fate. Does that make sense? Like, you're creating, like, some people don't even know what they're doing. like, I feel like you need to recognize that, like, you might have stopped someone from doing something, and yeah, and like it's generations, like this goes on for generations, like you don't have any idea what you're messing with. And it's frustrating. Oh god, it's so frustrating as like a sensitive and as an empath, and like having to be a conduit of all these like things, like it's painful. It's very painful. And I just have to make it translucent, you know what I mean? And that's all. That's all. And I mean, don't tiptoe over it. I'd rather you not. Let's get back to this, and maybe I can get back to where I was. Mr. Collette. I feel like that's what also took me to that tangent. Mr. Collette, I also connect with you heavily on since like you're allowing me this energetic space while we're live here now. I feel you. How do I paint this? The language do I give it? You could call it a dark realm. I mean, it's a oh man, it feels very draconian. Like I'm stuck. I'm like, it's the Lenin City time though, but that's where that comes from. It's from that. Like that's it's a really old time period. I can't even like it's literally it seems like a timeless era. It's like literally time doesn't even exist there. And like oh, it's pure magic. It's pure magic. And yeah. Oh wow. Excuse me, like since you're sharing your energy with me now, I'm feasting upon it in another way. Bear with me as I access into that. The feasting of the energetic vampires. Okay, so now I open up to that. Oh. Bear with me, I'm processing a lot of data. Yeah, Mike, I mean, I feel like you come to understand things like on a like a much deeper level than even I have on some levels, if I'm being real. Like I can feel your energy very strong, and I know our connection. And like now, and I see heavily, if you will, the Crowley energy, and the quantum entanglement there. Man, where do you even go with that? What do you want me to do with that? Like, remember, this is live. Like, I wasn't planning any of this. This is just all channeled. And I'm giving it to you, like, kind of basically as it comes at me. Some things you're asking, and I'm just giving back to you. Oh, wow. Whoa. I'm getting choked up, literally. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. God, the story I just got there. Oh man. Oh. Oh man, it's still coming in. Hold on. Like, part of me doesn't even want to like keep thinking about it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to go there. So like, part of me, like the human me, is like, no. It just shuts everything down and starts freaking out because it starts judging and labeling, and like it wants to put a filter on all this stuff, all this energy, all this information that comes up, and it's kind of just overwhelming, if you will. Back to you, Colette. Geez, God, all the information that was given to me off of that. And the beautiful story that was cute, the way that I could paint it for you is imagine a bunch of vampires. And like, can you at least like imagine them in your head looking cute somehow? Okay, they look cute, and like, because I want you to see them as delicate, okay? Like they're just creatures. And like they just feast on darkness. Like empathize with them. Like that's like it may be a sad story, but it's their truth. Okay, so like that, feeling that and being that really choked with me. Like, cause I was like, whoa, like, cause like, you know, scientifically, we know that there are, like microorganisms that feed on the gases at the bottom of excuse me, let me slow down. Like when you're a light worker, things come in really fast, especially when I'm connecting to some of you that are here now. Like, so my energy is like more like, it's a lot. Like this is just so much. And I just like some of it, I'm like losing it because I'm just like, I can't even contain it all. Like it is just literally blowing me out of the water. Like I'm struggling to just be and just exist because of all of this. But also I could paint the same picture that I exist because of all of this. So it does totally go both ways. Man, Mr. Collette, your Akashic records are quite beautiful if you would grant yourself the time to go inside. And like you have already painted them so many ways, and you could bring them to life in so many ways if you only knew like how you could share your stories and your creations. Like, oh, how I am flows through you. It's just unbelievable. I can't even see your artwork and I don't even know your stories, but like I'm being shown them like in this way. And they move people, and like, yeah, they're dark stories, but like they shed light on dark areas, you know what I mean? So like you can use this power for good. That's what this huge thing is happening. I guess that's like, it's like this mega, for me, I see it like a scorpion type energy, you know, like where you're shedding the exoskeleton, you're just like stepping it. There's like a death to that old skin, you know, you just move on. But then like there's a lot of people that are still holding on to that exoskeleton thinking it's cool, you know. But you're like, oh man, those were I thought we outgrew that. Oh man, that's also what it feels like it's happening. It feels like the shadow workers are intentionally dumbing everyone down. Like they're trying to slow things down, you know, and they're trying to like mess with what already as is. And like a lot of ways it's like mindlessly playing with quantum mechanics, I feel like you don't even know what you're doing and you're still playing like a bunch of children. Like, God, like don't watch, everybody, don't watch. But like that's literally everybody, nobody's watching. Literally people are doing this. We can look at major corporations. We can look at Lockheed Martin, DARPA. We have all these major corporations we could look at that are proud, very proud to show that I am, you know, that I am. Some of them sincerely think that they're doing good. That's what's so sick about it all. Oh God, you guys think that you're doing good. Aldous Huxley, everybody, they all thought they were doing good. Everybody's turning over in their grave what you guys are doing. And like, this is just prophetic. It is prophesized time and time again what you would do. Like this story of Plato, all of us becoming woke. This isn't new. This ain't no new age. What are you like? What are you guys so brainwashed by narratives? God, I just want to like. There's no way that I can change all of those songs. Like I can hear them of the children that are coming. The songs that those kids can sing to their kids. Like that is what I live for, bro. Oh. Seriously. You say that you love me, but you never show me. You never show me. The ways that you think that you show me that you love me have been so conditioned. It's a shame. It's pure shame. Let me tune back into the commentary. You say, what are you writing? What am I writing? I'm writing my heart and my soul out. And, like, that's all I've ever done. I've just, like, flowed. And just, like, I've flowed in all these different ways. And, like, yeah, I can do all these different flow arts. The I am inside of me is just so divine and magical. Like, when you just fully let me be and express myself and be me. Like, that's why I want a team all the time. Because I'm like, man, we got all this magic. I'm like, what? Let's go. Let's go. We can just, like, it's a party everywhere we go. If we can just love one another and come together and, like, share and grow and, like, comfort one another. And, like, yeah, challenge one another, too. Like, I'm huge. I'm all about expansion and growth. Yeah. 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 There's also a great, like, I would say, like, slight tremble in me, you know? From, like, all the inaction that has never taken place. Like, how many times have I not been myself? Like, that is also what I'm doing with this video right now. Like, let me tell you how many times that I just was not myself. Like, that I just, oh God, I put on a great front, you know that? Like, I did, like, I was like, I did beautifully. Like, I masked and I created multiple portals of ways to be received, and just, like, what if I told you that it only burned me in the end? You know, like I thought, like, fake it till you make it, right? But no, man, all your fronting, man, it just leaves you with your fronting in the end. Okay, so, like, it's like that. And, like, that's also with the, like, I hear neglect so loud. The clairaudiency for neglect is just screaming. The neglect that the collective has been receiving, you know? Like, you just been shutting down and out everybody, everything, even yourself, and it's painful. And, like, you got tons of stories on why, you know what I mean? You got plenty of great excuses. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop the infection, the pain, it's just, like, you need to heal, and you can only heal this consciousness within yourself. So, like, you have to rest. If you don't rest, you're gonna infect everybody else. You need to chill. You need to love. And, like, what if I told you you are love, so all you would have to do is just breathe. There you go, love. You can do that, right? It's that easy. Shit. Excuse me. Pardon me, I wasn't supposed to curse, but still, it's like a principle. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm just, like, irritated. I'm irritated, so I'm cursing. And yeah, that's why there's generational curses, because we're just, like, masking and illusioning all these things. And, like, I'm sorry, like, it's really tempting to just, like, recreate and just do the same thing we've been doing over and over again. It's so tempting. Yeah, can we just, like, ignore? Can we just do a little rain dance and pretend the day, right? People just drink some of their whiskey, whatever your story is. No! It doesn't work anymore. Like, I don't like how clearly I can see what's happening. And then, like, how quickly everyone is cowering. Like, that bothers me. Like, that bothers me that you're not being yourself and you're not being the soldier that you're supposed to be. And, like, that's what I'm here to do. I'm trying to rally up Team Trina Mason. Where's the soldiers? Where are my soldiers? The soldiers of love that are fighting for love, light, and truth. Truly, that can speak it, stand it, be it. Man, some of you don't even have to say nothing right now. Like, it's like you're just, like, your faces, and, like, you're being shown to me, like, right now. Like, you make your presence known. Like, you don't even have to make your presence known, because it's just known. And, like, some of you, like, you literally don't want to exist, or you're, like, you're downplaying your existence. Like, you don't know, like, I don't know. I struggle to be gentle with you too, because, like, things are so hard on me. So, like, I mean, man, I'm having to learn how to be gentle to myself. So, like, I apologize at my abrasive nature that I'm recognizing through experience, you know, the retrospect of the underhand. Like, I totally understand that, like, I know not everything. And I'm simply, part of me is seeking an attachment. Yeah, there's some kind of an attachment, it feels like. Hold on, let me try to figure out what this attachment is. What is my attachment? Oh, I have this attachment to the story of love, bro. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. It's this story of love. And brotherhood. Brotherhood's tied in with that. Like, that's love to me. Like, some type of, like, oh, maybe, like, yoga would be a good word. That's what yoga is love to me. Like, it's like, yoga means union. It means we become one. Like, it's just like pretend like you're looking at an ant, but really, like, you're that ant looking back at you. Like, it's like, I've been trying to explain this, like, so many different times, and just, like, you could never really know it until you really are, like, it and having that experience. And, like, I'm heartbroken that I can't just, like, here's this experience, and I can't even, you know what sucks too? It's not like I can be like, all right, $1,000 and you can have this experience. Like, I can't even do that. I wish that I could for you. I wish if I could, I would. And for those of you that, like, I can condense information and do stuff for you, I will. You know, and, like, I won't stop. I won't. And my soul's hungry. You know, I'm hungry to serve. I'm hungry to, like, do and create and make moves and to do all these things. And, like, my soul didn't, like, I can see, oh, I got it. I finally got that thing with the readings, you guys. So if you've been here all along, I finally got that thing. They finally gave it to me again. This is very clearly meant to be. Maybe, like, there was somebody listening that wasn't supposed to listen at the time, or who knows why I couldn't get there at the time. But it's about us being the beauty and the beast, you guys. Like, I have, like, this deep understanding within myself of, like, this one particular tarot card. And, like, yeah, unfortunately, like, that's an image that works for me, or that helped me see, even though it's a dark tool and you can talk smack about it all you want, it had its purpose, okay? But the picture of the, for those that don't know, the picture of the strength card, it shows, like, a woman in the garden, and she has a lion, or, like, a beast, right? Like a lion. And, like, it's the strength card, it's the card of Leo or whatever. But to me, it's like we are the beauty and we're the beast. So we have to constantly keep our own beast in check. Like, I have like this inner warrior girl, right? Who's, like, tough. So I could, hold on, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to try to give you this message. But it's basically kind of like that, you know, that, like, there's a time and a place for that beast to come out on stage. Like, if you, the way that I explain it is like playing possum. Like, let's say that you're coming at me in a way that, like, makes me have to bring this beast out, right? Like, that beast has its place where it's like, it's going to scare your beast away. And then, like, it's kind of like that. Like, that might be something else I might have to totally write down to fully be able to, ever be able to verbally, like, distill it simply. Like, that's one of my favorites too. The Beauty and the Beast is a great one. And Alice in Wonderland, those are two bullet points. Oh man, I'm being called to make art and to, like, do other things for sure. I just wanted to transfer some of this light and this information. For those of you there's so much humor. I think I'm finally catching up. I'm finally all caught up. With a commentary. Mr. Colette, I'm so glad I could finally be of service and, like, access the depths and the realms of your Akashics today, because wow, all the space and density that was held there, like JC, Jesus Christ, yes, like, wow. I cannot, like, yeah, I'm sealing it up in purple gold for you, like, back to you. Like, please be gentle with it. It's wrapped in gold and purple, and oh, wow. Like, yeah. And, like, if anybody wants to know about your Akashic Records, think about it as, what's that movie that just came out? I'm trying to see with, like, my middle eye here. Come on, Trina. I see it in my head. Is it Thor? Maybe it's Thor. And there's, like, a bridge. Like, to me, like, this is your Akashic Records. Like, we all have access to these hallways, and we all have record keepers. And, like, some of you have been, like, this is that Moonchild thing, dude. I need to reread what the Moonchild thing is. But it's something where, like, basically, like, I was a sacrifice, or, like, it's something like that. It's a Moonchild has to do with the sacrifice. And God, I have to look into this, bro. I don't know anything about this. Michael Collette, that's how you're going to pay me back, bro. You got to freaking make me do that, bro. I need to learn that. There's an Aleister Crowley. I don't even like Aleister Crowley. And like, yeah, sometimes I want to just ignore the darkness, but I have to know what I'm up against. You know what I mean? God, I'm so mad. I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to do this anymore. But it's so obvious. Like, it just won't stop. Like, look at Notre Dame. And, like, it's just all these essences. It's like a principles. It's principles. It's not about money. It's about principles. And it's like a war on the principles. And it's like there's two princes. Like, yeah, there's a prince of peace and there's a prince of darkness. Like, which one are you bowing to? You gonna bow to both? Like, God, like, what is happening? Part of me just doesn't want to be part of it. So, like, I'm attempting to consciously disconnect myself from all shadow that I possibly can. Or, like, anywhere that I see shadow, I'm bringing it light. So, like, that shadow isn't even gonna want to be around. Because it's gonna be like, okay. Yes. Bro, is Alice in Wonderland about that? See, that makes sense, Michael. I would love to have a private session with you. Like, I appreciate the donations, what you've been sending to me on the side, but, like, I would love to create a space for you, like, where, like, we plan and schedule, be like, all right, we're going to pay $100 today on this day, and, like, we're going to really go to town on this or that. And, like, dude, I would love to hash out some of these things. I definitely am starting to see bullet points. I would go deep inside, like, I would call it your deep green layer. Like, I will paint like, I can verbally paint it for you of, like, what it looks like. Like, I'm already there. Like, it's so beautiful in there. I love to go there. But, like, yeah, I'm sorry, like people get, like, I hear people mad at me. Like, I hear people mad at me that, like, I'm charging for, like, these experiences. You know what I mean? But, like, you literally want me to stop doing what I want to do. For what? It's like that. So it's like that, you know? So, like, yeah, if you want, you got to be invested, bro. You come at me, give me a reason to come invest. Show me that you want to know this stuff, and I will go down those rabbit holes with you. I will. And I'll tell you right now, I don't really want to, which is maybe that's why I'm saying you have to pay me. No, I'm partially kidding, partially not. It's painful. Like, it's just, you have to understand that, like, all healing is self-healing, okay? So, yeah, like, God, like, you don't even know. Sometimes when you're paying the healer, I hope you know that, like, Jesus Christ, what am I, like, you don't even know what I'm coming into, okay? It's a very sacred space. And, like, you take for granted all these physics and mechanics. Like, it's just, it crushes me. But, seriously, like, this video is gonna get, like, super neglected unless I GTFO. I am totally gonna catch up with you. It's not even about the time is money thing, Mike. If I'm channeling directly to you, like, no eyes on us type thing, like, between you and I, right? Like, it's not even about that. I just want to see that you're truly invested, really. Like, it's more of an energy thing. And if you show up energetically, like, I'm gonna know, you know? Like, I know that you know. So I'm just letting you know what's up. And then, but, like, also the money, though, like, I'm glad that you pointed that out, or, like, that your spirit's with me, like, guiding me through this session here. Like, that the money, yeah, the shadow workers, the draconian, whatever, they created money, right? So that way you forget about that nobody owns Earth, and that nobody owns the grapes and all that stuff. Okay? God, you're the worker. You put in the love into those things, and then they grow. Like, people don't, like, it's just like, it's like, it's so simple, yet it's so stupid. And I'm just like, I just can't. I think I'm just gonna paint grapes forever. That'll be like my symbol. It just frustrates me, the lack of understanding. And, like, like, literally, I am willing to, like, die trying to, like, fight this war and to do this. And let me stay focused here and remind you, like, yeah, okay, so like the money that's been created, like, unfortunately, like, there's all these shadowy unseen forces, shadow, right? Shadow, unseen, negative forces that are working against us, right? Like, if, like, for example, we live in a material world now, right? So therefore, if I don't have money, I won't have a home, or I won't have food. And therefore, if they limit the boxes that I receive, it's so complicated, you know. And then but yeah, unfortunately, money does symbolize many things, but unfortunately, money doesn't fill all the holes that it needs, you know. And like, there are tons of holes that we try to put money in the hole and be like, oh, this fix it. But it needs so much more love and energy than that, that like nobody's willing to give it, which is why his story repeats time and time again, because nobody's changing his story. I'm just heartbroken. I'm just heartbroken because I hear the stories. And I know history already, you know? And I'm just watching things re-bloom, and I'm just like, I can't, it's too painful to watch. It's literally painful to, that's what Bird Box is to me. Like, you take the blindfold off, it's like you want to kill yourself because you don't want to see. Like, why would you ever want to see and know, like, your consciousness? Like, there's all of these trolls, okay? They're trolling consciousness, if you ask me. If I mention more about the shadow workers, there's definitely shadow workers, and they're definitely like feeding upon fear. Fear is their energy, yo. They love fear. Oh, they love worry. They love shame. They love guilt. Yeah, every level. This is what that's what Green Lantern, that's what all these things are symbolizing, like these different energy fields, the emotional energy fields, and then basically the Draco energy, or like the shadow workers, right? Like, all of that energy is like food for them, okay? It's just food. So don't get so offended. It's food, okay? So that's why that's why everyone's being shown all around the world certain televisions that's making everyone feel jealousy the same exact time. That's why I had to come here now too, because I felt like there's like a sacrifice thing going on. I think that's why Britney's kind of like having a meltdown, like MK Ultra, big time, massive meltdown, MK Ultra. And I'm worried about Rihanna. I seriously started to get worried about Rihanna, like about them trying to make her take herself out. Like, I feel them like they're trying to use like someone like us, or like that high priestess energy, as Zach mentioned earlier. Thank you, Zach Sanders. Holy crap. Yeah. They're trying to snuff out the high priestess. Jesus, I just noticed it. That's that Mary Magdalena. They don't want to ever tell you about Mary Magdalena. Very few people. You want to worship Jesus? Do you know about his wife? Mary. All you know about Mama Mary. But do you know about his girl? Like, God. Oh, I'm so angry. I just feel so much fury with what has been happening to creation, and fury from the lack of creation. Like, all of this fury. And like, it's working through me, and yeah, I'm going to make some art, and like I'm gonna slap some type of BS price on it and just put it out there to the universe, and I don't care if you buy it or not. Straight up. Like, I'm just being intuitively guided what I'm supposed to do, and yeah, if you're gonna help me eat by this way, then more freaking power to you. But like, literally, I'm thinking this might be one of my last, like, bloop, like, free out there things, you know? Like, I know I'm like, I wasn't expecting this either, okay? So like, I know this is a lot, so you might, like, I know, I feel you. And like, I've been saying that for a while, that I needed to kind of really go within and take action. And like, you'll see that. You'll definitely see that. You've already seen that happening in some levels if you've actually been present all of this time. Some of you are new. And it's a pleasure to have you, you know, man. Like I said to Vivek earlier today, like, you guys, like, I've been fighting this war for so long. And God, this warrior is just tired, and she just wants to chill on the benches for a bit, you know? Like, God, go ahead. Like, let her, like, band-aid her wounds. Like, God, let them get licked for, like, a couple hours. Couple generations, you know? Oh, God, such pride I feel when I connect to that energy. Like my soul knows that it has a chance at resting and being at peace. But it comes at the price of me paying with the price with my life, how I spend my life, all my energy, how I spend my energy on this earth or whatever, like it pays back. Like it's like an energy vortex, okay? It's parallel universe. It's like that. I can feel it, and I can show you it in multiple ways on paper or in physics books or whatever way you want to look at it. But either way, I'm still annoyed, okay? Like, I mean, there's all kinds of different ways that I could express this annoyance. God. The disappointment. And just like, honestly, this is just like, it's getting out of hand. And let's just say, like, imagine that, and that you could give birth to that. Like, that's happening. If you could ever wrap your whole consciousness around all of that that I've just expressed, like, that's a lot. But that's basically what I'm saying. Basically, people are creating all this misery, creating all this horrible shit, this horrible creation, and then they're creating more of it because they won't take care of it. Okay? And, like, we have to take accountability for the generations and anchor it in ourselves, our self, our feelings, our being, our here, our now. And acknowledge, to act on knowledge, to acknowledge Uncle Frank living on through me. Seriously, I'm not, I'm more than just like this hollow meat bag, this hollow mass. Thank you for the 11 thumbs up. You've given me so much love and so much energy, and I know that I've given it back tenfolds. And, man, there's a lot of you who have been showing me financial support through PayPal and Cash Me and IWC and OnlyFans. And, man, it's like I get... I can't lie, like, I always, like, I'm like, whoa. I always get, like, kind of freaked out, like, when I have to accept and realize that, like, we live in, like, a new age, and that, like, this is, like, the opportunities or ways of the universe of, like, making income and, like, sharing and growing and teaching. Like, this is the classroom now. Like, like, I'm like, dang, I mean, I wish I could have showed up for this class a long time ago, y'all. Like, I missed out. Oh, God. My poor soul. Oh. Oh. So I'm transferring you, like, all this light energy and this hypnotism, if you will, for those of you who have allowed yourself to go into those areas that I've penetrated the mind, and feelings for those who have, like I've stated, given themselves permission to feel and be there. I also have the power to go other places that I'm definitely tempted to allow you to experience. Oh, one would be like to picture yourself being surrounded by flowers right now. And, like, I would actually ask you to watch yourself, how you're painting them, you know? Pay attention. What kind of flowers did you just paint, bruh? What kind of flowers are you surrounding yourself with? If you only knew how much healing could happen to your consciousness, if you only knew all these things about you. And, like, nobody's really taking care and notice and attention. It is frustrating. And it's frustrating. And honestly, like, if I'm being more honest with all that I am and all that I know, who am I? And like, what am I to do? You know, like, I struggle with the label of it. Like, if there's like an overall label, like, I just say that I'm Trina. Can I just get paid to be Trina forever? Can I be like Joe Rogan? I'm Trina. Hi. Nice to meet you. That's all I want to do is continue doing what I've done, and slowly I'm going to do it, right? This is like a Seinfeld episode. Yeah, I just wanted to be real as possible. There are some of you who have been more than generous and, yeah, been sharing your personal energy. I'm like, Colette, like, what is that, bro? Is that a tongue? It's a tongue. You're funny. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's just like, you know, it's just been a lot, you know, having to be that little kid that took on that much responsibility for like that many women. Like, to cry and to be angry for that many generations and for that to live on through me. And then, like, no one can tell me my story or like retell me what I just experienced. I experienced that. It's my experience. How are you gonna try and tell me how my experience was? It's kind of like that. And if you guys, like, something else I'll teach you while I have you here is therapist. Did you know the word therapist says the rapist? You're giving someone permission to like re-narrate your own life back to you and to like condition you. I know that you can't tell me I'm wrong. You can't fight narrative with narrative. But like, I'm not here to fight you, but I am here to remind you there's definitely a war going on. And it's going to be tempting and way easier to get sucked into the matrix and do everything else, basically. If I'm being honest, like the distractions, I mean, there's so many. Like, how could you not? Like, I empathize with it. I do. But if you can see it as the virus that it is and you notice it and be like, no, and you can walk away, like, please notice it. Notice what it's doing and how it's expressing itself, and freaking maybe don't ignore it and walk away from it as much as like acknowledge it and like really acknowledge it. Act on that knowledge. Jeez, you don't want to like ignore it. Like, geez, what are you, stupid? Ignore the enemy. No. God, the enemy lives on inside of you. That's what sucks. It's like you're the only person in your own head telling you that you suck. Or telling you that somebody else isn't worth your money or your time and attention. How dare you? Who are you? And then you're like, who am I on me? Story. Ego. Let that rest. I think that's a good place to leave this ending. I love you. Jai Bhagwan. If you wish to have personal time with me, I'm available for readings or any additional services that you may think I may be able to provide for you. Please pay me for my time and my energy, and do not have expectations of me that will not. Hey, actually, if you have expectations of me, they will not be met. I'll state that loud and clear. So prepare for all that you have created with or without me. I'm here, having my own experience, sharing with you what I can, and for some it's worth millions, and to some it's worth nothing. For some it's worth paying attention, for some it's worth paying respect. Either way, I fully surrender to my samadhi, and I am the bliss of my being.